Greetings, everyone, and welcome. It is June the 13th, 2025, early in the morning here, 1:18 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is 8:18 a.m. in Israel and 8:48, 30-minute difference there in Iran. And I can tell you that Iran has begun to respond. This is breaking news, and there are hundreds of shaheeds that are in the air flying through Iraq, Syria, Iran, on the way to Israel. I honestly don't think they'll do very much, but it's just the beginning phase. I can show you here. Of course, you can tell by the palm trees, it's not Ukraine. We typically see that over Ukraine, but that is this morning, and there are hundreds of them in the air already. So I can confirm that to you. Many statements have come out, and there are some updates we need to give because we are expecting a massive response from Iran. And I can tell you that Israel also has stated we've only just begun. So thumbnail here, both, Netanyahu saying, hey, it's over, man. We're going to take you out completely. Ayatollah Khomeini saying it hasn't even started. But the reality is this has an effect on a lot of other things in the world, and that's what I want to get out to you guys before I try to get a little bit of sleep. It's just nonstop coming in, and these are places that I'm passionate about and care about. And yes, this connects to Russia. Yes, this connects to Ukraine. Yes, this connects to China, the United States, and I'm going to show it to you right here. Already have Russian response, initial, not from Putin, not from Lavrov, but have an initial from a State Duma, a National Duma member, and have Ukrainian response from an analyst and other statements. So here we go. We can confirm that Iran has put a ton of shaheeds in the air, and they're heading on the way to Israel. It's almost like, sounds weird because when I'm talking about shaheeds normally, I'm talking about Ukraine. But let's start here. We do have confirmation 100% that the three top generals have been taken out from the Revolutionary Guard. They are confirmed eliminated, and this is by Iran. Additionally, the two of the top nuclear scientists there on the bottom row have also been eliminated. In Iran, they call it martyred, but they are eliminated. And this is confirmed 100%, not only by Israel, but by Iran as well. Additionally, Trump has made a response through Fox News. He said, I was briefed on the attacks in advance. No surprises, but the U.S. is not involved militarily and hopes that Iran will return to the negotiating table. I think there's very little chance of that. Negotiations are over. We are expecting an imminent declaration of war from Iran, according to Ayatollah Khomeini. We have heard a Russian first response, and this is from Konstantin. He said Israel's actions cannot be justified legally, politically, militarily, or morally. The worst part is this is not the end of the story. Iran's response to Israel is inevitable. The vicious cycle of escalation is rapidly spinning upward in a dangerous spiral. That's Konstantin Kosachev. Of course, you could take that statement, put it on Russia, and put it right against Ukraine. Russia's actions against Ukraine are they can't be justified legally, politically, militarily, or morally. What's good is for the goose is good for the gander. If the shoe fits, you can wear it. But this is the Russian statement. Initially, we'll see what comes out from the larger players like Vladimir Putin or Lavrov in hours. I would assume we shall see. When I wake up, I'll see. But I can tell you right now, there is a partnership between Russia and Iran. Make no mistake about it. And there is a massive partnership between Iran and China. Make no mistake about that. And of course, you can put Rocket Boy in there. Let's continue. Ben Gurion Airport on the live. And if you missed the live, you can go there. And I'm actually reading the IDF updates as the initial 5-wave attack took out tons. Military sites, bases, fuel depots, missile launch sites, nuclear development sites, homes where these generals and scientists were living in. It was a calculated mass strike. Some of the video I showed from Tehran was just unbelievable, nonstop. But I can tell you, Ben Gurion Airport, complete evacuation of all civilian airplanes. Most are being transferred to Cyprus currently. And in regard to airspace, now Lebanon, Jordan, Iraq, Iran, Israel, all airspace is closed. So we are seeing that. And now, of course, as I showed you earlier, shaheeds are rolling. Ayatollah Khamenei did make a statement. I have it here for you. I shared it on the live, but you need to see it because this is a precursor to what's happening. He said, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, great nation of Iran, today at dawn, the Zionist regime used its dirty and bloody hands to commit a crime in our beloved country and revealed its evil nature by striking residential centers more than ever before. The regime must expect a severe punishment. The powerful hand of the Islamic Republic's armed forces will not abandon it, God willing. Several commanders and scientists were martyred in the enemy attacks, and that's another confirmation directly from Ayatollah Khamenei, the supreme leader. Their successors and colleagues will immediately resume their duties, God willing. With this crime, the Zionist regime prepared a bitter and painful fate for itself and will definitely receive it. There's no way that Iran will not respond massively. Israel already stating we're expecting a first wave of 600 missiles simul. That's what they're expecting. So we'll leave it there. We'll see what unfolds. But I can tell you, as we have talked about, and I'm checking again, there's a lot going on right now, guys. American, Israeli, British fighter jets are all active in the air above Syria and Iraq, and they are assisting in intercepting the drones that are coming to Israel, breaking right now. Jordan's opened its airspace to Israeli fighter jets to help take down the shaheeds. We got a mess going on, guys, a big, big mess. And there's just no way that this doesn't make huge changes, not only geopolitically there in the Middle East, but globally as well. This is going to connect to Russia and Ukraine. I'm going to show you why in just a second. Let's go next with what is next. Russian mediation is resolving the problem for the U.S. with the Iranian nuclear program did not work out completely. You say, what are you talking about? Well, remember, it was Donald Trump's conversation with Vladimir Putin, and he asked Putin, would you please, talk to your buddies there in Iran? Let's get this all solved and figured out. That didn't work out too well. The American plan, if Witkoff there, the envoy, included Russian participation in persuading Iran to abandon nuclear weapons, and this did not happen. In fact, Israel releasing statements that they were imminent. I mean, it was there. There was no way to calculate to the minute, but it could have been tomorrow that they had up to 9, as the official number I'm seeing now, nuclear devices. So what is next? 3 things to look at here that you may not be thinking about. Number 1, what is going to be the tone of the People's Republic of China's statement on these events? What is Xi Jinping going to say? What's China going to say? Because de facto, they are on Iran's side. But it is interesting exactly to what level or to what extent we're going to see now. Because, ladies and gentlemen, as you were seeing this and more will come out, this was a massive 5-way wave strike on Iran. Massive. And we are now just at the beginning phases of the potential Iranian reply that's in the shaheeds. And they are already being shot out of the air. For China, how ready are they to go into a deeper confrontation with the U.S.? Because, of course, the U.S. will be allied with Israel, anti-Iran, already threats going out. Don't touch our bases. Don't touch our people. I mean, the congressman in the United States, there's so many tweets out right now. Don't even think about it, Iran. We'll level you, this rhetoric. What's China's response going to be? We had that trade war going on between the United States and China. Second thing, what actually will be the scale and capability of the Iranian strike in response? We know the shaheeds are in the air now and they are being eliminated. It is now clear that it will happen. That's for sure. Iranian media write that the military command of the army and the Iranian Republican Guard continue to maintain full capabilities despite the Israeli strikes. And then thirdly, we've already heard from a Duma member there. I shared that with you, his disgust at the Israeli attack on Iran. But what is going to be the response of the Kremlin to the partnered nation of Iran? How is that going to play out with Putin Trump, Trump Netanyahu, Ukraine? This is all connected, and it's going to be very revealing over the next hours and days as to what unfolds. Finally, Ukrainian analyst putting out early this morning. It is what, 8:29 a.m. in Ukraine. Ukrainians are waking up to this. What they're waking up to is a spike in oil. There's Brent crude futures, or crude oil futures, excuse me. And the pre-hours was up 751 to 75.55 a barrel USD. Who does that benefit? And this is what the Ukrainian analysts were saying. They're saying, you know what? It's fantastic. We're taking out, that evil regime that's helping Russia strike us. But when that happens, oil is going to go up. When oil goes up, who benefits from that? That's right. The invading nation against Ukraine. Vladimirovich Putin and that evil Russian regime. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we're at right now. Now what? We shall see. But I can tell you lots of shaheeds are in the air, but they are being taken out. And Israel, once again, telling their citizens everything is shut down. Everything is closed. There's nothing going on today. If the air alarm goes off, you get in the bunker. There's no family events. There's nothing but key essential workers that out, because we are expecting a response. And I'm caught up there, caught up here, and we will keep you updated. You guys be blessed, and we'll be back at you.